You do look like such the rock star today.
Oh, shit, I forgot to take my seat.
No, leave them on, man.
Really?
Are your eyes sore?
No.
They're not?
I didn't even think to take them off. Honestly, these are brand new and they're not very dark, so I forget I have them on.
Yeah, man, I got the transition lenses. Which made me feel really old when I got those. I also declined the bifocals. She told me I was eligible for the bifocals, but I could wait one more year, and I was like, we're waiting. Yeah, but I feel like my glasses aren't dark enough either. I like them really dark.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a shades guy, but I'm squinting. These lines on my forehead are starting to get out of control, so I figured I should probably be wearing some.
Welcome to it, man.
Yeah.
Welcome to it. Ladies and gentlemen, Sunday sounds like Texas, and so does Mr. Kyle Garrett. It is a treat to have you back in the room, brother.
Hell yeah. Good to see you, man.
Great to see you. Kyle Garrett. I really wanted to talk to you about this because I remember one of my favorite conversations that I never really got to finish with you happened at Henry's the first time we met.
Oh, wow.
I thought we had, there were some really cool topics that we talked about that I wish we could have dove into further.
Okay.
We won't dive into those right now. But I did want to get your feedback about alternative music. I want to know from you. I feel like there's a for people who don't, to catch everybody up real quick, there's a movement in Texas right now. There's a subgenre of music that is really becoming prevalent, right? It's becoming more than a subgenre, and people call it alternative, people call it grungery. Yeah. What do you define it as? Indie Texas country points to the merch.
It's funny, man. It's funny you kind of point that out because I noticed pretty quick the alternative thing I think kind of came about on TikTok, and it makes sense, right? Like a lot of bands fall into that because a lot of us grew up on the Warped Tour, alternative rock, grunge, all that sort of stuff, and then kind of blended it with country. And I don't really have a problem with it. I just wanted to kind of try to differentiate myself. You see a lot of these guys now that are kind of in that same vein, calling it Texas rock, just because that's adjacent to Texas country. And obviously, at this point, Texas country isn't like a genre. It's more of a community or a family, a support system, however you want to think about it. But to me, indie just kind of means doing whatever you want, So I'm going to put out a song like Livin that's a little more country, a little more Americana. And the next song, dude, and I'll play it in a little bit, hopefully, but it's not country at all. So, indie to me, like I said, is kind of just owning it. And it's like, if you're a fan of mine or whatever, you're not going to know what to expect next. And to me, that's always what I loved from artists growing up. So, I don't know. I kind of think that's what differentiates Texas country from regular country is it's not this, like, typical, predictable thing. Like, what's coming next. It's just, like, people creating art that they love. And I know that's, like, a kind of a cornball answer, but really, for me, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. There's always been, you say authenticity, right? But it's like people are authentic in their own way. Right. And for a lot of us here in Texas, I know I'm a little bit older than you, but I grew up listening to 90s music, alternative music in the 2000s, new metal, right? But I'm from Texas, so there was always country music. And now it's like, there's a whole group of artists, bands out there that aren't playing country music. It's not country music, but it's country folks at their concerts, right? Like it's country folks jamming their music. It's so I feel like it's such a unique thing and an authentic thing to Texas, right? But I really feel like a lot of the music that I'm listening to, even from like, have you heard this? I love your the music that you're into, man. Yeah. And there's this band that I wanted to get your feedback on. They're from Nashville. They're called In Color. Have you heard of these guys?
Ooh, I haven't. That's crazy.
Man, they're super alternative. Okay. They're not country at all, but I've been listening to them a lot lately, and they're signed to Big Machine.
Whoa. Okay.
But they're
in with like Fox and Veed and that sort of thing.
It's kind of that vibe.
Okay,
it's kind of that vibe.
Southern too.
Yeah. But yeah, I really love it, and I feel like there's like a boom for that. I don't know what you call it. Like there's like there's something going on with all that right now, and I know you just said you don't like to be grouped into that stuff, but I believe because you're younger, the way that you look, your image online, the sound that actually comes from you, which is always unpredictable. And there is, for me, when I first started listening to your music, there was a lot of rock and alternative undertones to it, and that's why I gravitated towards it. Do you feel that way or no?
Yeah, I do. It's funny. What's in my head right now is probably a bit of a hot take, but country music has always had this like party culture around it that I think rock didn't. And I think this might fall harshly on some music fans' ears, but my take is that country music has always been a community or even a business model for venues that revolves around drinking and alcohol sales, right? So in country music, on a beginner, mid-level, for an artist, you can make a living, right? Whereas in rock music, at least from my experience, you couldn't. We were traveling the country at 15 years old, playing clubs to sometimes 100 people, sometimes 2 people, and it was 100% ticket sales. So if nobody showed up, we didn't make any money, right? Or if we sold the T-shirt, then the rest of us would have to fork over $20 to get a hotel room, or we're taking showers in gas stations, all that sort of stuff. Country music, we can play whatever we want to play and call it country music, and people want to listen to it. So I think if you're, not really catering to the audience and what they want to hear, because obviously at this point they want to hear just good music. It doesn't really matter what genre it is, but a lot of these artists, maybe even including myself, are identifying with this country label so that we can keep doing what we always wanted to be doing, but make some money doing it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's maybe a bit of a hot take or a weird topic to get into, but that's just the truth of it.
It's almost smart from a business standpoint. Like if you're going to do this, right, and there's an audience that is willing to accept and pay you for your talents and welcome you, right? Why would you be anywhere else?
Absolutely. I mean, I was in almost like an emo band for probably about 10 years before COVID, before I met, Bree Bagwell and started doing all this Texas country stuff. And now looking back, it's like if we would have called ourselves Texas country, we'd be doing crazy stuff right now, but I just didn't know it was really a thing at that time. So we were out touring the country, not really focusing on Texas and trying to build something. And it was a lot tougher, man. The support in the country industry is just so much stronger.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I mean, coming from, a rock background, like I said, producing rock concerts and rock shows and then doing rock radio and then coming over here, once my feet got settled, once my boots got settled, which was pretty quickly, I realized that I loved this audience so much more. And no offense to the rock crowd, right? But it just immediately felt like home, right? Texas Country Network went live from the red carpet at the 2026 TCMA Industry Awards in the Fort Worth Stockyards. We caught up with the winners, the nominees, and the people working hard behind the scenes to keep Texas country moving forward all year long. From career-defining wins and real conversations with people shaping the future of this industry, Texas Country Network gives you an all-access pass to one of the biggest nights in Texas music. And the celebration continues November 8th at Billy Bob's, Texas for the Texas Country Music Awards. Tickets are available now. For more information, visit texascountrymusic.org. Then watch every exclusive interview from this year's Industry Awards now on Texas Country Network. Subscribe on YouTube and stream TXCN free on Fire, Apple, and Roku TV.